Supreme Court agreed to hear the case of Jack Phillips, who refused to bake a wedding cake for a gay couple.
Joe Kennedy refused to comply with the school district's request to stop praying during games.
Selena Soule won't be competing in the 55-meter dash. She was edged out of the top 6 spots, in part by 2 transgender runners.
It's gotten flat out ugly. I've seen punches thrown, people pushed down.
There will be resistance, and it will not be peaceful.
Whether you're left or right, if you're honest, the First Amendment is under assault today.
There is a leadership vacuum in America, and the results have been devastating. The United States was not founded by people who sat on the sidelines and lamented the state of affairs. It was founded by people who dared greatly. People of action, courage, conviction. The founding generation did their part. Now, it's our turn. But do we have political leaders capable of writing the Declaration of Independence or crafting the Constitution today? Would they affirm the self-evident truth that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights? Or would they reject it in favor of a secular humanist position based on moral relativism? A nation is defined by its culture and its leadership, both of which are shaped by the way a nation educates its people. Sadly, our nation no longer produces guardians of liberty. Historically, American political and cultural leaders have principally come from the most prestigious colleges and universities. Ivy League and elite universities educated leaders at the highest level of academic rigor, with a commitment to a biblical worldview. Over time, they shifted, abandoning the notion that the pursuit of knowledge must start with a biblical worldview. Harvard began with truth for Christ and the church, but now, just truth. Princeton, from under the protection of God she flourishes, and today, in the nation's service and the service of humanity. Yale, from light and truth, to educate aspiring leaders worldwide who serve all sectors of society. In response, Christian leaders established colleges committed to a biblical worldview, yet few reached the academic rigor of the Ivy League and elite universities. A void emerged as institutions failed to educate leaders at the highest level of academic rigor with a firm commitment to a biblical worldview. As a result, the halls of government are filled with smart, well-educated people who believe that man, rather than God, is the center of all things. The overwhelming majority of our presidents, Supreme Court justices, and Senate majority leaders were educated by secular undergraduate institutions. Visibly absent are national leaders from Christ-centered colleges and universities. Imagine a future in which godly men and women filled the highest levels of American leadership. Patrick Henry College was founded to fill this void in higher education. The battle, sir, is not to the strong alone. It is to the vigilant, the active, the brave.
It's always seemed to me that it will be the next generation who will really reclaim our land for the principles of godly morality, self-government, and constitutional liberty.
If our nation is defined by our culture and our leadership, and is shaped by the way we educate our people, is there a chance that we can preserve America for future generations?
You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Patrick Henry College is producing the godly leaders our nation needs to preserve liberty. 3 distinctives set it apart from any other college in the world. Number 1, high academic rigor. Patrick Henry College rivals the academic strengths of any Ivy League or elite institution. Our students consistently rank among the highest in the nation on standardized tests. Number 2, fidelity to the spirit of the American founding. Every student must understand our nation's founding, taking required courses in constitutional law, freedom's foundations, Western civilization, and U.S. history. Number 3, unwavering biblical worldview. The Word of God is incorporated in every aspect of the college, creating a Christ-centered culture. Every class, from literature to physics, is taught from a biblical perspective. Patrick Henry College is the only college in America dedicated to all three distinctives. Since its founding in 2000, PHC has a record of accomplishment that few colleges, Christian or otherwise, can match. 4 United States Supreme Court clerks within a 4-year period, and a state solicitor general. 12 moot court national championships within a 15-year period. 3 press secretaries concurrently serving in the White House, Senate, and House of Representatives. Graduates accepted and thriving at top-tier law schools such as Yale, Harvard, and Columbia. Top feeder school for White House and Capitol Hill internships. Graduates published in the New York Times, USA Today, Washington Post, World Magazine, and regularly appearing on Fox News and CNN. Patrick Henry College graduates serve in nearly all of the nation's 16 intelligence agencies. The proof is clear. Patrick Henry College is producing effective pathways to the highest levels of leadership in America. We accept no government funding, including federally subsidized student aid, and have no tenured positions for faculty. These are necessary safeguards to prevent mission drift.
Our ultimate goal is to glorify God. He will be honored when we do our part to fill the leadership void in America that has been created by our broken system of higher education. We're in urgent need of principal leadership, and Patrick Henry College was specifically designed to train those kinds of leaders. That's why PHC is one of the best strategies I know for preserving America for future generations. What makes PHC different from any other college in the nation is our commitment to 3 distinctives: high academic rigor, fidelity to the spirit of American founding, and most importantly, an unwavering biblical worldview. It's time for us to take a stand and change the course of our nation, to be counted among the vigilant, the active, and the brave. So I'm asking you to join us. Please consider supporting and giving to Patrick Henry College. Together we can preserve America for future generations.